The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People is a self-help book written by Stephen Covey that has been widely acclaimed for its practical advice on achieving success in both personal and professional aspects of life. Covey was a renowned businessman, author, and speaker who has been recognized as one of the most influential Americans in Time magazine. The book begins by challenging the reader to rethink their definition of success and identifies that success has evolved from character ethics to personality ethics over the years. To achieve true success, one must undergo a paradigm shift and adopt the 7 habits of highly effective people. The 7 habits begin by focusing on one's inner values and principles, and shifting paradigms to change character, habits, and behaviors. This shift is crucial when seeking to make lasting changes, and identifying and monitoring one's paradigms can help in recognizing the ones that are holding you back. Rather than masking flaws and imperfections, this book encourages readers to identify their biggest problems and weaknesses and view them from different angles to find solutions. By working from the inside out and changing one's habits, it is possible to improve one's life and achieve true success. Habit 1. Be proactive. Imagine that your life is a book with blank pages, waiting for you to fill it with your own story. If your life were to end today, what would be written in that book? Would it tell the story of someone who was a victim of their environment and accomplished nothing? Or would it tell the story of a person who took action despite their circumstances? The first principle to keep in mind is the principle of ownership. This means taking control of your life and not blaming others for the status of your life. It is easy to say that something is not your fault or that you had no control over what happened, but this is a futile mindset. By taking ownership of your life, you adopt a new principle that can help you change your world. When you take ownership of your successes and failures, you begin to be proactive. Proactive people take action and assume responsibility for their lives. They do not wait for someone else to give them instructions or wait for a diagnosis to make a healthy lifestyle change. Instead, they identify problems and come up with solutions. They actively listen to others and communicate effectively. To distinguish between proactive and reactive people, imagine a circle of concern that represents everything you worry about. Inside that circle is the circle of influence, which represents everything you can do something about. Reactive people focus on the circle of concern, while proactive people focus on the circle of influence. Proactive people focus on what they can change and shrink their circle of concern. One way to begin taking ownership is by changing your language. Proactive people use words like, I will, I can, and I prefer, while reactive people use, I can't, I have to, and if only. Reactive people believe they are not responsible for their actions and words. Instead of saying things like, he makes me so mad, shift your focus to, I control my own feelings, and begin converting reactivity into proactivity. Realize that you have a blank book waiting to be filled with your own story. Focus on finding solutions instead of blaming outside sources for your problems. Begin changing the way you react to the problems in your life. Take responsibility, take ownership, and begin filling your pages with stories of someone who took action. Habit 2. Begin with the end in mind. When it comes to building a house, having a blueprint is essential to ensure that every detail is accounted for and mistakes are avoided. Similarly, in life, having a sense of direction and purpose is crucial to achieving success and happiness. This is where the principle of direction comes in. To begin with the end in mind, you need to have a clear idea of what you want to achieve. This requires introspection and envisioning what you want your life to look like. One way to do this is to imagine yourself at the end of your life and think about what you want people to say about you. This helps you determine what your life is centered around, whether it's family, work, or personal growth. Once you have a clear idea of your end goal, you can create your personal mission statement. This statement serves as a compass that guides you towards taking the necessary steps to achieve your goals. However, it's important to note that writing a mission statement isn't something that can be done overnight. It takes time, patience, and deep introspection to develop. When you have a clear mission statement, you can begin to take action with purpose and intention, just like each brick has a purpose in building a house. Every action you take should have a purpose and align with your mission statement to help you achieve your end goals. With the principle of direction, you can ensure that every step you take in life is purposeful and leads you towards a fulfilling and successful life. Habit 3. Put first things first. This habit focuses on prioritizing tasks based on their importance and urgency, using the time management matrix as a tool. By categorizing your tasks into the 4 quadrants, you can identify the tasks that are truly important to you and prioritize them accordingly. Quadrant 1 includes tasks that are both urgent and important, such as crises or deadline-driven projects. While these tasks may require immediate attention, they should not be the sole focus of your time and energy. Quadrant 2 includes tasks that are important but not urgent, such as building relationships, planning for the future, and self-improvement. These tasks are critical to your overall happiness and success, but often get overlooked in favor of more urgent tasks. It's essential to prioritize Quadrant 2 tasks by dedicating time to them each day or week. Quadrant 3 includes tasks that are urgent but not important, such as phone calls or meetings. These tasks can be distracting and consume valuable time and energy, but they are often not aligned with your goals and values. Quadrant 4 includes tasks that are neither important nor urgent, such as watching TV or scrolling through social media. These tasks are a complete waste of time and can lead to feelings of dependency and lack of control. Focusing on Quadrant 2 tasks is crucial because they align with your values and principles and contribute to your long-term success and happiness. To prioritize these tasks, learn to say no to other activities and delegate effectively. By prioritizing Quadrant 2, you approach your tasks from the inside out, starting with your core principles and building from there. Commit to working on Quadrant 2 tasks in writing and begin prioritizing your actions based on the time management matrix. By doing so, you will begin to see the positive impact of living by your values and principles and taking action towards what truly matters to you. Habit 4. Think win-win. Life is often viewed as a ruthless competition where people are willing to lie and cheat to get what they want. However, this mindset is not always necessary or productive. By adopting a win-win mindset, you can establish successful, interdependent relationships in which both parties benefit. There are 6 paradigms that Covey explains for human interaction. The first is the win-win paradigm, in which both parties benefit from a mutually beneficial solution. The second is the win-lose paradigm, in which one party wins and the other loses. The third is the lose-win paradigm, in which one party loses and the other wins. The fourth is the lose-lose paradigm, in which both parties lose. The fifth is the win paradigm, in which only one party wins, regardless of the outcome for the other party. The final paradigm is the win-win or no-deal mindset, in which both parties agree to mutually beneficial terms or no agreement is made. The principle of abundance is an important concept to consider when seeking solutions. It embraces an abundance mentality, which believes that there is enough for everyone to benefit. Those with a scarcity mentality, on the other hand, believe that if one person wins, another person must lose. By thinking win-win, you can build positive relationships and strengthen both parties, rather than slowly destroying one. To implement a win-win mindset, it's important to identify a relationship that could benefit from a mutually beneficial solution. Put yourself in the other person's shoes and write down what solutions they would consider a win. Then, write down what you would consider a win. Try to come up with a solution that incorporates wins for both parties. By doing so, you can build positive relationships and achieve mutual success. Habit 5. Seek first to understand, then to be understood. Consider this scenario. You visit an optometrist and tell him that you're having trouble seeing things that are far away. Instead of performing a proper eye exam, the optometrist simply hands you his own glasses and tells you to try them on. Obviously, this would not be a trustworthy doctor, as he has not taken the time to fully understand your problem and offer an effective solution. Similarly, when we go through difficult times in life, we seek advice from people who understand our situation. We trust those who take the time to listen to us and offer empathetic guidance. This is because understanding is key to building trust and credibility in any relationship, whether it's with a doctor or a friend. One of the most effective forms of listening is empathetic listening, which requires a paradigm shift in our approach to communication. Instead of seeking to be understood, we must first seek to understand. This means focusing not just on the words being spoken, but also on the emotions and meanings behind those words. Studies show that only 10% of communication is represented by words, while 30% is represented by sounds and 60% is accounted for by body language. By learning how to listen empathetically, we can better understand the emotions and meanings behind the words being spoken, and thus build stronger relationships based on trust and understanding. While this skill takes time and practice, it is certainly not impossible to learn how to listen emphatically. Once we master the skill of seeking to understand, we can then focus on being understood. By truly understanding the other person's perspective, we can effectively communicate and present our ideas in a way that builds credibility and trust, rather than tearing down the other person. Habit 6. Synergize. In effective communication and teamwork, it is important to understand and value the differences of others' perspectives. This is because the principle of team execution recognizes that both independence and interdependence are necessary for productive interactions. Synergy is a concept that highlights the combined value of each individual that is greater than if each individual remained independent. By valuing the different perspectives and opinions that each person has, you can begin to build something greater than yourself. To begin synergizing with your team, it is important to practice habits 4 and 5, which involve thinking about win-win situations while trying to truly understand others around you. By valuing the mental, emotional, and psychological differences between people, you can begin synergizing and creating something bigger than you ever could on your own. It is important to note that beginning to value these differences takes time and patience, especially when there are people in your life that you don't get along with. To start, you can create a list of people that you don't get along with and choose just one person to focus on. Determine how their views are different from yours and explore how you can find synergy between your perspective and theirs. By being more open-minded and confident about their differences, you can create a foundation for effective communication and teamwork. In essence, understanding and valuing the differences of others is key to creating an environment where teamwork and synergy can thrive. By recognizing that everyone has something unique to offer, you can create a more productive and fulfilling experience for yourself and those around you. Habit 7. Sharpen the saw. In order to be effective in our daily lives, we must continually strive to improve ourselves. Just like a chef sharpens their knife, we too must sharpen ourselves in order to reach our full potential. This can be achieved through devoting time to our physical, spiritual, mental, and social well-being. Renewing yourself physically means taking care of your body by eating well, getting enough rest, and exercising regularly. This not only improves your physical health but also helps you to develop the habit of proactivity. Focusing on your spiritual dimension means examining your life and being mindful of your actions. This can include meditating, praying, or connecting with nature. It helps you to develop and revise your principles and core values. To stay mentally healthy, you can read great books, keep a journal, learn a new language, or take courses to learn something new. Limiting television programs to those that enrich your mind is also important. This helps you to practice good time management and develop your mental capacity. Lastly, working on your social and emotional health is important for developing meaningful relationships, seeking to understand others, and finding mutually beneficial solutions through synergy. This can be achieved by seeking to understand others, making contributions to meaningful projects, and helping others achieve their own success. To work on these dimensions, create a list of activities for each category and commit to completing one activity from each dimension next week. Evaluate your performance at the end of the week and identify what led to your success or failure. By continually sharpening ourselves in these 4 areas, we can achieve lasting effectiveness and reach our full potential. Summary. To achieve high levels of effectiveness in your personal and professional life, it's important to adopt 7 key habits. These habits can transform the way you approach challenges and enable you to achieve your goals with greater ease and efficiency. The first habit is to be proactive. This means taking ownership of your life and choices, rather than reacting passively to external circumstances. By being proactive, you can take control of your situation and make positive changes. The second habit is to begin with an end in mind. Having a clear vision of your goals and objectives helps you to prioritize your time and resources, and make decisions that align with your long-term vision. The third habit is to put first things first. This means focusing on the most important tasks, rather than getting distracted by urgent but less critical tasks. By prioritizing your time, you can ensure that you make progress towards your goals. The fourth habit is to think win-win. Instead of adopting a competitive or adversarial mindset, aim to find solutions that benefit all parties involved. This approach can help build stronger relationships and foster collaboration. The fifth habit is to seek first to understand, then to be understood. This means listening attentively to others before sharing your own perspective. By empathizing with others and seeking to understand their point of view, you can communicate more effectively and build stronger relationships. The sixth habit is to synergize. This means leveraging the strengths and perspectives of others to create innovative solutions that are greater than the sum of their parts. By collaborating with others and valuing their contributions, you can achieve more than you could alone. The seventh and final habit is to sharpen the saw. This means taking care of yourself physically, mentally, spiritually, and socially, so that you can continue to grow and develop over time. By investing in your own well-being, you can maintain the energy, focus, and resilience needed to achieve your goals. By adopting these 7 habits, you can cultivate a mindset of effectiveness that enables you to achieve your goals and create a fulfilling life. Start by reflecting on your current habits and identifying areas for improvement, then begin incorporating these habits into your daily routine. With time and practice, you can become a highly effective person and achieve success in all areas of your life. Now, thank you for taking the time to watch, and if you found value in this video, be sure to hit that like button and subscribe to my channel for more great content. Trust me, you won't regret it.